Now I've decreased the third time and gone back. And what we want is 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We actually want 2 more or 4 more rows. So we just have to make sure that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Want 2 more of these. I think it's on the 8th row that we finish off, so I'll get back to you when I've got 8 of those. Okay, so now we have 8 of these. We can just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What was that? Oh, I have to get that, fix that. Ah, yeah, I have to do that. Something went wrong there. Or I might just sew it in. Okay, we've got 8. Now we're going to finish it off. And we do that this way, which you probably know if you know how to knit. And now I've got 3 because I had to change the wool, and the wool, hand spun wool I had was just, I think it was just too thin. So I'll put 2 of them in there, so it is really thick. Here we go. I'm going to finish it off. And we can actually do it a little bit loose now, because otherwise it's just going to be too hard. And it doesn't really matter, because there's not that much wear right in the middle of the foot. And also you don't want the ending to be too tight, because it just, yeah, it's important to just make it a little bit loose. So this is the way I do it. I think it's pretty common. You just knit, you have one, you knit one, and pull this one over. And you've always got one left. Knit one more, pull the first one over, and you've got one there. So you've got this nice ending. Okay, so I'll get back to you in a second. Now, let's see. Here we go. So this is the way it's gonna be tight, but I think it's gonna be real good. Real good. So, oh, I might not do this. Oh yeah, I think it's best to do it actually. It's on these, they've gotten all dirty again. See, I've got this on the heel here, because I mean, this is if you're wearing gum boots, because I wear gum boots, Wellingtons, and you're sliding when you're wearing gum boots, you're sliding like this your heel all the time, so it does wear it very quickly. And this is not double here, see? So what I'll do with these ones is I'll use this nylon, and all you're really doing, I'm going to crochet this. You could do it with double, but I'll just do it with this. I think that's enough, because it's very strong. See, and you just want this size approximately. So 3 more stitches. 1, 2, 3, and I think we'll just oh, we're probably going to have to make the small stitches are the strongest. It's really weird to work with something that's not wool. It's I have not done that much in my life. Something that's completely synthetic. It's really plastic, I think, isn't it? So just crochet all the way over. And if you can't crochet, you just knit a little piece. Just knit it nice and tight. It's just that this is, yeah, crocheting is a little bit more strong. And it's not so elastic. So you want this like a shield thing on the back of your foot. So it gets real tough. It needs to be tough. You could also, I mean, there's so many ways to do this. You could just not use double, as I did here. Just knit with ordinary, and then just make a sole. Crochet a whole sole. See, I've just gone all the way over. Now we're going to go up in a triangle. So I just crochet one, and instead of going into the first one, which is there, oh wait a sec, there, I'll jump over it and go into the next one, and that will make it start to go in, decrease, so I get less and less stitches as I go. Very soft. See, this is really soft. That's why many use this type of wool for babies, which is really sad. But got dirty nails here. It's not like some of the beautiful women's hands you see on other YouTube films. This is a Vimeo film. Yeah, they use this wool for babies because it's so soft, but see, you can't breathe in this, and it affects your electricity. Your whole body energy is affected by this. Plus, it's probably very toxic. So, I actually didn't knit the last one. So, go up. And then we'll skip the first one again. So we'll go in a bit fast. And you just keep doing this until you just have a couple of stitches left. Maybe 3 stitches left. So you just go all the way over. And just skip the last one. That way, see, we're going to go in. I love crocheting. I really love it. That's what I did most when I was quite little, or young. I didn't knit till I was maybe 14, 15. Because I thought it was so hard with all those stitches. But then if you want to make a jumper or something, there's just many things that you don't crochet. Because knitting is much more elastic. Sort of, it will sit much better to the body. I crocheted all sorts of little or big animals, bears, different teddies. A porcupine I made for my father once, many years ago, with red and orange and yellow. And beanies in all colours for my little half-brother in Australia. I made him one with purple, and I love all the colours. Purple, green, yellow and blue. It's beautiful. I don't know if they ever used it. And so you go in, skip the first one. So I'll just keep going and I'll be back in a sec. I do actually think I go into the last one. So as long as you just skip the first one, that one, you'll get this pyramid shape triangle thing. I think that's enough actually. Don't want it too pointy. That's the great thing about crocheting. You can just sort of shape it as you go. That's really great. So we need a needle. To sew it together. And there's many fancy ways to sew things together. Or to sew these things to, but I'll just do it in a very simple way. Keep things real simple. But you don't want the purple up there. So I'll just probably yeah, maybe I'll just stop here, start up here. Start up on the top here. My mum was educated at the Danish Arts and Crafts School many years ago, so she taught me many things. And I was always very sort of quick and messy. She nearly had a nervous breakdown every time she saw me just cutting material and just going real fast, but usually it worked out pretty well. See, what are we doing? Oh, we're going to sew this together. So really, I mean, you can just do this in a very simple way. Just go to each side like that. You don't really see it. It's very rough wool. And the first ones I made, I thought, my God, they're going to scratch me so much. It's going to scratch me to bleeding. It's just so hard. But they're very comfortable, very warm. So you don't really feel that much on your feet, I think. Well, I don't. I'm not sensitive to. Some people just can't take anything that's itchy. I'm not so sensitive to that sort of thing. All sorts of other things I am. You don't want to go too far in. I've got a bit of a hole there. Just go back a bit. Just get that there. Go back. Just make sure you're sort of holding them the same tension, so you're not pulling too much to one side. Also, you get them crooked. Oops, get them crooked. I mean, this is just really basic sewing. But it's going to be fine. It's just really the functional thing. See, I've pulled one a little bit too much, so I'm just gonna have to pull this one so I don't get them crooked. This one needs to be pulled. I just think it is so fascinating how you can have these animals running around on the fields in the summertime. They're in the stable at winter time, and you can talk to them and cuddle them, and then they can give you these beautiful clothes. I just think it is so fascinating. I've always felt that way, also with our vegetable garden. Just seeing what comes out of the soil is just unbelievable. The colours and the tastes, and I just think it is so incredible. Self-sufficiency. Producing things yourself from the earth. I love it. It's incredible that not more people love it. But There we are. We're free. We are free to live the way we feel is right for us. So now I don't want to make this too bulky because it's going to sit under my foot. So, and it is just very, very thick. Actually, I think I should have sewed it between these. I was sewing into them. I just sew between them. This is so incredibly thick. Last one. So warm, you just get sweaty hands. There we are. That's down the side. And now we've got the bottom of the foot. I'll just stuff these in here, fix them later. And we can go up. Maybe go up this way. And you see all these. So what I do, just my simple way of doing it, is just pick up this and pick up that. So you pick up the side here. This side. I don't go straight into the, I just take this and this. So there you go. All the way up. There and there. There and there. It's going to be a long film. I'll put it in smaller ones. It's good for your hands, this, I think. Good for the joints to really get moving. And coming up to here, just go in like that. Imagine that in Denmark, or many places in the world, they wore clogs. I don't know how many 100 years, but they've worn these wooden shoes. I've got some I can show you one day. So fascinating and really healthy, but pretty hard to wear on your feet. And they had, they're called, in Danish, clogs are called træsko, wood shoes. And they'd have wood shoes boots, so there would be leather up the sides. That's what they wore instead of gum boots in old times. Big, heavy clogs with leather going up the side. I used to have a pair of those too. Wearing big seal. I'm just going to go down where I've just sewn. That's just what I do. I mean, there's probably many really fancy ways to do this. So just go all the way down. Or just... See, that was just the one thread. There we go. And I'm just... And I'm just going to do the same here. And I'll just put all the threads in. I'm going to sew this on. So it's not very neatly done, but it's done. It's actually nicer on the other side, really. Doesn't matter. It's going to sit under my foot anyway. I just thought I'd show you. Put it on. Here we go. Really nice fit. That could have been nicer made. But all good. And I was just going to show you, when you're going to do this, you can actually have it on your foot if you can sit like that. And use these ends to sew it on. You can start from here. And get it right down to here. Right down to the thick part. So you're sure to not get this hole. And you'll see you're stretching it so it's as it is on your foot when you've got it on while you're sewing. If you that acrobatic, it's a little bit hard actually to see what's happening unless you turn your foot right around. We can do this side here. Going from here, just actually you want to make it looking nice, so just sew into the purple, because otherwise it's not going to look so nice. You just go back a bit and through, go back a bit, go back a bit. Oh! I'll just finish this off and just get a new thread for the other side. Just go like that. You can also just sew a little bit into the heel here, into the sock. Sew the rest of it. And I started this shoe yesterday, and I've done the rest this evening, so it really doesn't, I mean, unless you're a slow sewer, they're very quick to make. Also, of course, because they're so thick, everything is faster then. So you stretch it a little bit so that it's like when you're wearing them. And going up here, just go down and up. Looks nicer. Go back a bit. Back a bit. And I mean, it's just all so rough, and if things start to fall, if this starts falling off, you just sew it on again. Because it's not something that needs to be pretty. It just needs to be really functional. That's what it's all about. You just go right down through so that it sort of sticks to the knitting, go through to the knitting, so it doesn't sort of bulge out. Just make sure you do it loosely. So there we go. Cut that off. These last two, maybe we can put them together, because now we're getting impatient. We want them to be finished. I want them to be finished. And you can just put them in. Put them in here. Just give you a bit of padding. Having the walls sitting in there. Make sure it's not too tight, so it's not sort of pulling. There we go. What a beauty, eh? It looks like I could have actually decreased more there. I don't know what happened there. Looks a bit funny. But let's put it on. So nice. So thick. So lovely. It's great, isn't it? All done. So here they are, the booty socks now finished. And yeah, they're just wonderful to wear. I really love them. And they fit really well. So yeah, happy knitting, my friend. See you.